This is a design for the 3D bracelet jig that is a cuff bracelet. Use 4 of the pegs, start on the 3rd row down from the top, and then down 1 more and to the right with the next peg. And for most wrists, count over, starting with this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and place another peg here, and then 1 in to the left, place this. What we're going to use this for is to be able to curve the wire. Now I'm going to use, because it's a cuff bracelet, I want to use a wire that has a little bit more tensile strength, and that would be the Beadalon German style wire, and we're going to use 14 gauge. So here we're going to use this just a little bit different than you've used the jig before. We're going to kind of bend this up, and if you get a little too far, like I have a little too far on the left side, you can just roll this over so that it's about equal, and then go up here, make sure it's square, and then you're going to bend this, flip this over, bend this straight down, just like that. We have the pin in here to keep that from rounding more. This will give you a nice square corner, and then just pull this nice and tight, and pull this one straight down as well. You can over pull and then come back, and that gives you a really nice right angle there. So now just pull one of these out, and your wire form will come right off of the jig. Now we're going to slide 1 pearl on. Again, this is 14 gauge wire, and this is a large hole pearl with CZs glued around the center. So now we're just going to hold your index finger here, your thumb here, and your middle finger there on the bead, and you're just going to bend that straight like that. And then put it on the same plane as the other wire. And then we can do the same for the other one. Slide this down. And you can kind of get an idea for what's going on here. You've basically just used a piece of wire and 2 beads. You're going to have a very, very nice bracelet when we're finished with this. So that's the form you're kind of looking for. Then use the jig once again to just hold the bead off of the edge of the jig, and then just form this over so that you have the same shape going for that side, and then do the same thing on this side. Hold it again on the edge right there so that you can get that same angle on the 2 wires. Then you need to open this up and get these side by side and get it to where it's just the right length, holding these 2 wires together. And snip right there, pulling all the wires so that hopefully we've got this just about in the right place. And then we just need to use a artistic wire crimp to connect this. And we'll also use the Mighty Crimp tool. Align this in there about 1.5 millimeters from the end. Put the wire on top first. Go to about the halfway mark and put your thumbnail right there. Then insert this back in there, and 1 compression. Compression of this causes the tooth to puncture down into the crimp and then into the wire. And then do the same thing on the other side. Push it all the way in, and you can do the same thing. In most cases, I would want that dimple on the inside, but it doesn't really matter because you can see it, but it's not that bad of a problem. So now you have your cuff bracelet, and you could attach different types of wire to this. I kind of like to squeeze these together just with my fingers, and now I'm going to do a twist. So holding very tightly with my left hand, and then twist this a couple of times, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to twist in the opposite direction. then sort of bend this down. Start bending it down into a cuff form while trying to keep the general shape. So you've got a nice little cuff bracelet. These can be bypassed, or they could just come right together and meet. So there's a cuff bracelet using some very interesting beads, two of them, a little bit of 14 gauge German style artistic wire and an artistic wire crimp tube.